Welcome to ESTech channel. This is Elai from ESTech channel. So first of all, I'm sorry I haven't made a calendar series since a long time. It is because actually right now my exams are going on. I'm in final year of engineering. So due to the exams and all of the stuff, I couldn't make a video. Today I have just got a small evening, what do you call it, a kind of break. So I thought about making a video, and this thought has been asked by a lot of people to me. So I thought it's necessary to make this video right now. So what we're going to do today in today's video is about null safety. So what exactly is a null safety? So null safety is basically a, what do you call that, a feature from Dart and Flutter which tells us whether the product is null safe or not. Right now what my main concern is to tell you how to migrate to null safety. First of all, if you have updated your Flutter with Flutter 2.2, then when you build a new project, your project is already null safe. You don't have to change it to null safety. But if it is a previous version, then it is non-null safe, which is known as unsound null safety. And for that, you have to change it to null safety. Null safety is a very good feature. I use it a lot in my projects. You won't have seen in my previous videos. The reason because is that for many people don't use a null safety a lot. So for them to understand, I don't use it. So let's not waste any time and let's get started to null safety. So today, first of all, there won't be any output. So first of all, to start the null safety, what you need is the Dart 2.12 or above. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to terminal, and over here I'm going to write as Dart hyphen version, where we check the version of null safety. So my Dart SDK is basically 2.13.0. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to actually go to the guide to check what exactly is there. Now over here I'm going to search as migrating to null safety Flutter. Once you search it, you get the whole guide. You also have the Phillips video over here as how to do that, but a lot of people also get confused. So I thought about making a video myself. So over here, there is basically a big explanation that I think you should understand and you should use it. So what does the explanation basically says? If you have a project, say project A, and you're working on the project and you're using a dependency named as dependency B, and if that dependency is not null safe and you are trying to use that dependency in your project, then your project might create some issues. So it is recommended that first let the dependency get upgraded to null safety, or at least change the dependency which is null safe, and only then you try to migrate your complete project to null safety. Unless and until all your dependencies are null safe, it is mine as well as the Flutter recommendation not to migrate to null safety. So that is the first condition that you have to check, that all your dependencies are null safe or not. So what I will do is that I will go to my project and let's see whether my dependencies are null safe or not. So basically I'm not using any null safety dependencies. It's just that the Cupertino icons is the dependencies that I've been using. Then what does it tell me is to first of all switch to Dart 2.12 release. Now when you run with the Dart hyphen version, it is to check whether you have the Dart that is 2.12 or higher version. So when we go over here, my Dart hyphen version, what it tells me, it is 2.13.0. So my project is actually null safe beforehand. So now what it says is that check dependency status. Now what is check dependency status? So what it tells you is that check whether your dependencies that you're using in your project are null safe or not. So for that, what we have to do is that we have to run this command. So rather than copying this, let's try to click on it. So it is Dart pub outdated hyphen mode is equal to null safety and enter. So over here it runs the command and tells me none of my versions are non-null safe. Basically all the versions are null safe. So I don't have to migrate. Now what we have to do is that we have to go to the website and let's go down and let's see. So over here if you can see this diagram. So what does it say is that we have the two dependencies named path and process. Now there are basically the four columns, and what exactly are those columns? I'll try to explain it to you. First is the current version. Now the current version, as you know, is the version that you're using in your project, the upgradable version. Now, as you know, what we do is that we use 1.7.0. What it means in our project is that we can use 1.7.0 till 1.7.9. We can use all these dependencies when we use the upper arrow sign. I'll show you in my project. Over here, you can see it is 1.0.2. Cupertino icons. What exactly it means is that if the pub.dev has 1.0.4 or 1.0.5, it will upgrade to the latest version, that is 1.0.5. It can upgrade to 1.0.9, but it cannot upgrade more than that. That is a Flutter project, what you call a feature which we get from the start of the Flutter. So it says there is only one upgradable version in 1.7 series, that is 1.7.0, but it is not null safe. Now next what it says is that the resolvable version. The resolvable version is 1.8.0. It means the latest resolvable version which is null safe, that is 1.8.0, and the latest version of dependency which has been released. It means the version which has been released very recently, that is what we call a 1.8.0. Now over here you might not see a difference, but if I give you a difference in these versions, if I show you an example, I'll go to pub.dev. Over here I go to URL launcher, which is the most basic project on Flutter. Over here it says null safe. Now if I go to the example, what do you call it? I need installing, right? It says 6.0.4, which is the recent version. I go to change log. So I'll show you an example over here. Supposedly right now I am on 1.7.9. So what it means to be 1.7.9 version? It means that my current version is 1.7.9. Now upgradable version is 5.7.13 is the most upgradable version that I can do in my current version. That Flutter can upgrade on itself. We don't have to do it. But even that is that 5.7.13 is also not null safe. The null safe, that is the resolvable version, is 6.0.0, where they have mentioned is that they have migrated to null safety. That is resolvable version. And the latest version present is 6.0.4. That is the recent version that has been released by the dependencies. That is how you divide that table. But in our case, all our dependencies are upgradable, but still we can try it. What I do is that I go to installing, copy this dependency, paste below Cupertino icons, and from change log, what I do is that I'll just put up this version, 5.7.3. I'll go over here, it should be 5.7.3, and I do pubget. Let's see what happens. Pubget is done properly. I go to terminal, I run the command that is start pub outdated -- mode is equal to null safe. Once again, what exactly does it show? Over here you can see what it tells me is that the current version that the Flutter is using is 5.7.10. Now the upgradable version is also 5.7.10. The resolvable version is 6.0.4 and the latest version is 6.0.4. Now what I need to do is that I need to update this dependency. So to update the dependency, there are two options. First, I can change it by hand by going over here 6.0.4. Now this method is easy for me because right now I have only one dependency. But when you are doing a project, you have 10 to 12 dependencies minimum using in a project. At that point, what will you do? So what you do is that you go over here, run a command .pub upgrade -null safe. So it is resolving dependencies. It has updated. So as you can see, what it tells me is that it has updated Cupertino icons to 1.0.3 and URL launcher to 6.0.4. Now, if you go over here, you can see in pubspec YAML, the Cupertino icon dependency is 1.0.3 and URL launcher dependency is 6.0.4. So that is how you update your dependency to null safe in Flutter project using command line. So dependencies are upgraded. Now what I need to do is that I need to migrate my whole project to null safety. I have only updated the dependencies until now, but I need to update the code also to null safety. So before updating the code, I have used two methods until now. Not in the video, but in my real life. What initially I used to do is that I used to write the whole code in what you call a non-null safe method, and then I used to convert it directly to null safe. That was reason because I was trying Flutter Web and it was the newer version. But the second thing that you can do is that, so the second method that you can do is that you can directly code side by side. You can learn about null safety and directly code it. But this is only for the migration, not how to write in code. So what you can, I have checked the null safety mode. Also, let's once again check the dependencies. So it is dart space pub space outdated -- mode is equal to null safety. I'll click on enter. So let it go up. Yeah. So what it shows is that there are no unsound null safe project. All the dependencies are null safe. So I will close this once. I will restart the terminal because I need to clear everything. So now I need to migrate the whole code. So what I'll do is that I'll write the command .migrate and click on enter. So it is analyzing the whole project and checking whether there is a Dart file which is non-null safe, so it can convert it to null safe. So what it has done is that it has given us a localhost URL. Don't do anything, just click on localhost URL. It will take you to a site. Over here it says 61, over here it says 3, over here it says nothing, it is nothing. Also, if you can see over here, the widget underscore test is like a dark green, whereas the main dot dot and API dot are light green. So what it is a highlighted one, if you can see API dot and main dot dot. It is a highlighted one because there are some things which are non-null safe. I click main dot dot. It says the first line, that is comment at the rate dart is equal to 2.9, which is making it non-null safe. I actually made it intentionally because my project is actually what you call running in Flutter 2.2, so it was already null safe. I had to make it unsound null safe. Over here, it is saying me that it has to convert the key to question mark and at the rate required. At the rate required, it has to remove the at the rate. Red means to remove, blue means to add. Over here it is also saying the same. If I go on the API.dart, okay, so it has a lot of things where it could change. Now, what should we do? I'll just close this. Okay, I cannot use it because they're already null safe. I click on main.dart and I'll say apply migration. I don't want to apply the migration on API.dart. I just want to apply the migration on main.dart. So I will click on OK. So what it says over here is that it has migrated main.dart and the API.dart was opted out of null safety. I'll close this. I go to main.dart. Over here, this line was removed where it was dart. If you can see in the keys, the question mark was added. Before required, the at the rate was removed. So these are the things that it has changed to null safety. Now what I need to do is that I need to apply the null safety to the entire project, not just one file. I'll go to terminal again. I'll run the same command, that is dart space migrate. It has again given me a localhost URL. I'll click on it. So over here, the only highlighted, the checkbox is API.dart, which has 61 changes. It needs to be done. So I'll click on apply migration and let all the things to be changed. I click on OK. I go to my project. It says it also migrated the API.dart file. I close the terminal. I go to the API.dart file and it has migrated. Initially it was at the rate required. Right now it is required. Over here, if you can see the string question mark, the end question mark, end question mark. So a lot of things has been changed over here. These things were changed because we applied the null safety. So this is how you guys change anything to null safe. So this was my short video on null safety. And one more thing, right now we have changed to null safety, but what will happen if we want our whole project is null safe, but if we want a single file to be non-null safe? I just want all the contents in the file non-null safe. It is my personal requirement to use at that point. So what you have to do? You don't have to do anything. Now, first of all, there is no command to change null safety to unnull safe, but what we can do, we can go over here on top. Right now the comment at the rate dart is equal to no spaces, okay, 2.9. I write this, I get these errors. Just to solve these errors over required, what you have to do is that you have to write it as at the rate required. So I'll just write it as at the rate required, shift at the rate. As you can see, the errors are solved. I have to remove the question mark over here. Over here also I have to write it as at the rate required and remove the question mark. So I'll have to make the changes in the whole file, and there are 61 changes, and I won't will be able to do everything, and I want this project to be null safe. So I'll just remove this thing. Let the project be null safe. Yeah. So now my project is null safe. So this is how you guys change null safety. Now, as I told you, I won't be able to show you the output because there is no need of output in this video. This is how you can change migrate to null safety. If you want to change it to the unsound null safety, that means you don't need null safety in your project. Just comment at the rate dart is equal to 2.9. It make this single file, that is API.dart file, non-null safe. It means there is no null safety in this file. You just have to change the required to at the rate required and remove all the question marks, and your project has been changed to previous one. That's how you can do it. Right now, I don't want to do everything in this video, in this file, because there are a lot of 93 errors which will take some time to solve. So that is how you can do the work, guys. So thank you for watching the video, and I do remember about the calendar series. I will surely make it. Right now my exams are going on. I have been getting a lot of comments and messages. So thank you for that. Thank you for the support, and I will surely make the video. Thank you guys. Bye bye.